European positions. Gives you an idea of, first of all, the strength of the soccer in the Basque Country, and specifically in Eibar. Victory there, by the way, could lift them to 8th, which would not be good enough for a European spot. It would be just on the outside looking in, but they are comfortably safe here at La Rosaleda. The fans in their seats, the players on the pitch. Carlos Kameni, how ironic would that be? The man who has caused so many headaches in his career for Barcelona might be their saving grace today.
That's interesting. He's been prolific this year for Malaga, as you said again. 14 goals. I think it was Salva Ballestera with 13 in 2003 and 2004, Phil. So it's just the best outing of a forward in Malaga since 2003.
There is Carlos Kameni, the ex-Espanyol man out of Le Havre. 4 in the back. Luis Hernandez didn't work out at Leicester, and he could have a say on a champion this year. In the midfield, Nacho Camacho, the ex-Atleti man, joining Recio, former teammate of Isco. We'll talk about that in a moment. Fornals, Keiko, and Johnny. No Juanpi, he's out injured. In fact, there are a few players missing today. And Sandro, well, maybe his final game for Malaga. Barcelona, kind of ironic, viewed him as excess, and boy, has he been excessive for Malaga, to the point where he could be on the move in the off-season. The two captains at midfield, mentioned Atletico. Camacho actually coming up through the Zaragoza youth system, and just like Ramos, who came up through Sevilla, moving on to the big time. Keylor Navas in goal has been phenomenal of the late, and they have needed him to be, but it still might not be good enough to hold on to the #1 shirt with Real Madrid. We'll talk about that as the day progresses. About as strong a lineup as Zidane has in his arsenal. He's elected to go with Varane. Pepe still not quite there. Nacho in reserve. And up front, even though Gareth Bale did make the trek, gives you an idea of Zinedine Zidane's
smart in-game coaching beyond his years.
Tactical adaptation. Ball through. Ronaldo on. Tries to get around Kameni. And less than 100 seconds in, Real Madrid draws blood.
One more thing, Phil, we have to talk about is transition attack. Barcelona's been perfect at that for decades, but Madrid stifles the midfield with Isco coming inside, Modric coming inside, making it a block of 4 with Kroos and Casemiro. They win it, and then they find... Again, look at this. Turnover. Ha, who's there? Isco picking up that second ball. And then the timing between the run and the pass is brilliant. And then going around the goalkeeper and slotting it home. Real quick, Phil, on this particular case is that Mr. Ronaldo has become faster. He was 30 kilometers maximum velocity. He's at 32 in the last 16 games. He's become quicker and faster. Yeah, people, that's true.
Someone's been checking the computer.
I have.
By the way, notice the tactics there. If we get a chance to show that again. The initial ball in. Marcelo is staying near midfield. Normally we're used to seeing him done well. Plenty of reason for Florentino to be smiling.
Here's the goal again. Isco improved. And you know what? He placed that ball so early with the outside of his right foot. You don't see that very often. That's a hard technique. And then Ronaldo makes it look simple. As I said again, his speed has become part of his game now, better than ever before. Rounds the goalkeeper and puts that one away. But Isco really is the one that really was the IQ, the brains around this. I've loaned a lot of things for a day, but not a season ticket.
Well, this could be dangerous. Keep an eye. Keiko on this near side, charging in. Sandro on target, but the shot saved by Navas.
And that's the danger, obviously. We just saw Barca getting punished a little bit. This is where the danger is, when you send Danilo, when you set Marcelo forward, and deep runners now are going to go on the counter, and then they have all of a sudden numbers up. Well done by Ramos.
Gave us a hint. Cross wide. Ronaldo again puts the motor in overdrive to get there. Marcelo drives it across. Benz brings it down. Shot deflected wide of the target and out for the corner.
And that's, again, a great ability for Madrid to get numbers forward and then find isolations if you can on that weak side. Great run against Ronaldo out wide, and then that beautiful cross off the trailing Marcelo. Bench just can't get a outside, not inside. Very good. And your body language opening up will tell you that. You're only going this way.
Here is Sandro.
You could be a coach, Phil.
Ball blasted into the near corner, and Navas over to slap it away. He hits the post, and down he goes. Keylor Navas sacrificing his body to preserve the lead. Brought over from Levante at the tail end of the Iker Casillas reign.
And there we get a look at it, Phil. That is brave. He makes a pretty good save early on as well. That the willingness, which he didn't do early in the year, he gave one up, and Gary Bailey gave him some stick for that. Because he knows now he is going to clatter into that post. You have to be brave, you have to be strong, and then obviously athletic as he is. Get that right hand. That's a strong arm. That's a strong wrist. And that's a strong post, Mr. Navas. Well,
Liga trying to stay with him. Isco just swerves the other way. Benzema from the left. Sneaks it across. Isco the slide. In for Ronaldo. Back to his left, but denied by Karim. Finally, his left foot falls short, but only a brilliant stop by Karim. Here's Kroos. He can shoot on a hop into the chest of the Cameroonian.
The brilliance of Isco to go down the heart of the midfield at a back four, like he does right now here. It puts tremendous duress. People now become compact, and then all of a sudden, wide play is available. Well done, Benz. Oh, Isco just gets there. Ronaldo on that strong left foot just misses, but what a good attack again. Inspired by Isco, who's been, we're talking about Ronaldo, we're talking about Ramos, we're talking about Marcelo. You look at the amount of starts, he didn't start all the time, and the production from him, with and without the ball.
Recio out wide. Keiko cuts inside Marcelo. Sneaks it back for Recio into the area. Recio, and what a stop by Navas, smothering the chance.
You're right.
Shot quite worked out that way. Strong challenge and hard hit sees Ronaldo go down.
Good hard tackle.
A clean tackle.
Contact eventually with Ronaldo, but that's still, in my book, a good tackle. Through the ball, somewhat through the player. It becomes a 50-50 because, a little bit of surprise, Ronaldo's actually extending himself and wants to win the ball and knows he's going to get some contact. Here we go.
Cleat comes up here. Is it shin to shin?
No, it's boot to shin. And if you look at this a little bit here, oh, Phil, you know
it's
what?
Above the shin pad, and the cleat is extended and open.
Yes, I'll take that back. That's a bad foul that we only saw on the third replay in slow motion, by the way.
Federico Rica maybe getting a bit fortunate there.
That's the great save again by Luis on Ronaldo when he goes on the counter.
It was Hernandez's blunder in the second minute that led to the opening goal, somewhat making up for it there. There, as you take a look, some of these fans spending $1,000 for this experience. Ronaldo limping back towards the sidelines and serenaded as always.
It ends up being somewhat of an X-rated tackle, Phil, really. The ball is
Zidane era. Part of the Quinto de Buitre. Ball driven in, denied, rebound, buried. Benzema cleans up, and Real Madrid turning garbage into goals.
Who was involved, Phil? Toni Kroos, Mr. Ramos, and who was on the doorstep just to put it away and not put this game out of reach yet, but go to 2-0 at the 55 minute.
Let's see. It looks like Espanyol arguing that it shouldn't have counted. Kameni getting a card for his arguments. And maybe another. He's saying a few magic words to De Burgos. Well, worth another look. Here's Kroos. Met on the volley by Ramos. Deflected by Ramos again and straight to Benzema.
And
did it come off of a hand?
Khamenei has an absolute good argument. This is, and I'm putting myself somewhat on the line, Phil, but this is offsides.